Creating genuine emotional connections with someone special often begins with understanding the subtle art of balancing attention, curiosity, and personal growth. Whether you're just getting to know each other or deepening an existing bond, finding ways to stand out is essential. Modern relationships thrive on authenticity, meaningful communication, and the confidence to allow some space while still offering warmth. By stepping away at times, you demonstrate independence, creating an atmosphere of intrigue. By offering genuine compliments beyond the superficial, you show that you see her true character. And by inviting open, vulnerable conversations, you open a doorway to deeper trust. In doing so, you'll create moments that linger in her mind, prompting her to think of you often, reach out, and invest more in the relationship. Cultivating these connections involves letting her see that you have more going on in your life than just the pursuit of romance. A life filled with hobbies, personal achievements, and genuine passion sends a powerful message. You are secure within yourself, and you value your time. This sense of purpose isn't about arrogance. It's about demonstrating that you have dreams to chase and goals to accomplish. When you occasionally step back to nurture those goals, you create a sense of scarcity that shifts the dynamic. She becomes curious about your world and wants to see where she fits in, piquing her interest and inspiring her to initiate contact. At the same time, this approach isn't meant to cause distance without understanding. The point is to create healthy space while offering sincere emotional presence whenever you do connect. When you re-engage, you do so wholeheartedly, listening attentively, asking thoughtful questions, and reflecting back what you've heard. This gives her the reassurance that, while you're not always at her beck and call, you remain genuinely interested in her thoughts and feelings. In this balance of distance and closeness, she'll be drawn to reach out on her own, eager to share moments and experiences with you. Setting boundaries around your availability is not about playing games. It's about letting both of you see the value of each other's time. When you let her know, through action rather than words, that you cannot always drop everything to respond to her messages, you position yourself as someone whose presence is earned through mutual respect. Absence can create a sense of longing, reminding her that your attention is a privilege, not a guarantee. Yet the key is to combine this with genuine warmth whenever you do engage, leaving her with a positive impression and a desire for more. However, there's an important distinction between healthy scarcity and emotional unavailability. You still want to express that you appreciate her texts and calls, and you remain ready to pick up the conversation when the moment is right. If you truly are busy pursuing personal goals, hobbies, or social engagements, that's perfectly fine. Just let her see that your days are filled with purpose. When she hears about your latest project or a weekend adventure, she understands that there's depth to your life, prompting her to respect your time. Rather than feeling neglected, she learns to appreciate the uniqueness of your schedule and craves those moments when you turn your full attention back to her. In addition, offering genuine compliments and recognizing her individuality plays a pivotal role in building trust and connection. Look for more than just the obvious traits and attributes. Maybe she's exceptionally kind to her friends, or she has a creative hobby that sets her apart. When you notice and comment on these facets of her personality, it resonates on a deeper level. She feels truly seen for who she is, not just how she looks. Such personalized acknowledgments linger in her mind, setting you apart from those who offer only surface-level praise. Compliments that touch on personal interests or unique qualities can spark genuinely warm conversations. For instance, if you discover that she's passionate about photography, you might express appreciation for her perspective on capturing moments. If she's devoted to volunteering, you can highlight how admirable it is that she gives her time to causes she believes in. Through these deliberate affirmations, you convey empathy, sincerity, and a desire to know the deeper layers of her character. This naturally leads to more heartfelt discussions, as she becomes eager to share her passions with someone who respects them. Moreover, complimenting her on her intellect or her strength of character builds a bond that outlasts typical flirtation. Everyone likes to be noticed for their attractive features, But emphasizing her inner qualities demonstrates that you value more profound attributes. You're stating, without needing to boast, that you appreciate her mind and her ambitions. This fosters not only self-confidence on her end, but also paves the way for more purposeful exchanges. Over time, this consistent focus on her true self, rather than mere appearances, will make your interactions stand out in her memory, spurring her to keep in touch and return the appreciation. Emphasizing a sense of purpose in your own life remains vital. In modern relationships, many individuals seek a partner who has defined ambitions and clear goals, someone who drives towards something meaningful. When you show that you have a plan, whether it's building a rewarding career, pursuing a passion project, or nurturing a philanthropic cause, you demonstrate maturity. This sense of direction reassures her that you aren't content to drift aimlessly. Instead, you possess genuine determination to create a fulfilling life, and you welcome the possibility of her being a part of it. While it's good to be firm in your purpose, remember that sharing your vision shouldn't come across as self-absorbed. Rather, it's about opening a window into your aspirations and letting her see what lights your fire. In doing so, you create a compelling narrative that she might want to join. As she learns about your plans, she develops a newfound respect for your ambition, which can translate into curiosity and admiration. This dynamic pushes her to reach out and learn how she might fit into your story, especially when you maintain enough autonomy to keep her guessing. Additionally, weaving in subtle challenges can sustain her interest. Predictability may feel comfortable, but it can quickly dull the spark of attraction. By challenging her with thoughtful questions, suggesting new perspectives in conversation, or even gently proposing an unfamiliar activity to try together, you keep the energy lively. She finds herself looking forward to your interactions because she knows they won't be formulaic. This sense of engagement, woven into your purposeful life, strengthens her investment in getting to know you on a deeper level. Independent and self-assured women often seek partners who can match their drive and stimulate their intellect. This requires embracing healthy debates, offering fresh perspectives, and valuing what she has to say. Rather than shying away from disagreements, consider them invitations to connect on new levels. When you enter discussions with respect and genuine curiosity, the two of you learn and evolve together. She recognizes that you aren't intimidated by her opinions. On the contrary, you find them compelling enough to engage with, which can be a significant catalyst for emotional investment. Confidence, in this sense, does not mean bulldozing over her ideas or demanding that your views dominate. It means presenting your stance while expressing genuine interest in her thoughts. By truly hearing her out, you demonstrate both emotional intelligence and open-mindedness. This active willingness to listen sets the stage for meaningful growth as a couple, where each discussion fosters deeper understanding. Modern relationships often flourish under this dynamic, blending confidence with receptivity, providing a sense of safety that encourages further openness and emotional depth. Of equal importance is the art of vulnerability. While strength and purpose are attractive, showing only your most polished side can leave the relationship feeling superficial. When you share personal anecdotes, maybe a hurdle you overcame or a lesson learned, you invite her into your world beyond the surface. Vulnerability, handled with honesty and positivity, can bridge emotional gaps and forge a genuine connection built on empathy. You're letting her know that beneath your confidence and ambition, you're a layered individual open to growth, much like she is. When you blend vulnerability with an assured demeanor, conversations take on a richer tone. For instance, you might recount how a professional setback taught you resilience, or describe the journey of learning a new skill after a failure. Rather than dwelling on negative feelings, focus on the growth process. This narrative demonstrates emotional maturity and reveals the depth of your character. As you open up, she senses your trust in her, and trust often begets trust. In turn, she may feel more comfortable sharing parts of herself that she might otherwise keep hidden, building a deeper bond. This balance of strength and vulnerability resonates long after your talks end. People remember genuine stories, shared with honesty, far more than they remember small talk or superficial compliments. She'll reflect on the sense of closeness and authenticity you brought into the conversation, making it likely she'll want to reach out again. The connection formed during these moments is powerful, leaving a mark that sparks further interest, emotional ties, and a desire for continued interaction. Of course, these deeper emotional connections require action beyond words. Unexpected gestures and small acts of kindness help keep the relationship dynamic and fresh. You might send a thoughtful text that acknowledges something she mentioned earlier, a small detail she thought you wouldn't remember, or perhaps you plan a spontaneous outing related to her hobbies, showing that you genuinely listen and that you've taken the time to create a meaningful experience. These deliberate surprises convey attentiveness and creativity, qualities that modern partners value immensely. Moreover, such gestures don't need to be grand or costly. Simple acts can speak volumes. Maybe you recommend a book you found insightful, referencing a conversation you had weeks ago. Or you surprise her with a cozy dinner you prepared at home, referencing her favorite cuisines in the meal's menu. The element of the unexpected here is often more impactful than the scale of the gesture. It reminds her that she's on your mind when she's not around, prompting her to feel more connected to you. Through these small but heartfelt endeavors, you keep the spark alive. Relationships often flourish when both individuals feel consistently acknowledged and appreciated. By letting her see that you're willing to invest time and thoughtfulness into each interaction, you create a positive feedback loop. She feels closer to you. She reciprocates with warmth and curiosity, and you both seek more ways to delight and learn about each other. As this pattern continues, the bond grows steadily stronger, and her inclination to call or text you only increases. A cornerstone of creating lasting emotional connections is active listening. In a world filled with distractions, the act of truly hearing someone has become a precious commodity. It involves more than just waiting for your turn to speak. It means absorbing what she's saying and responding with empathy, thoughtful questions, or reflections that show genuine interest. You maintain eye contact, pick up on subtle cues in her tone, and offer comfort or encouragement when needed. This kind of listening makes her feel valued, understood, and safe to open up further. By cultivating this skill, you stand out in a culture that often prioritizes quick interactions over meaningful exchanges. When she shares a story about her day, her dreams, or her fears, you acknowledge the feelings behind her words. Perhaps she's excited about a recent achievement or worried about an upcoming challenge. Respond in a way that affirms her perspective and dive deeper into the topic instead of skimming over it. This assurance encourages her to share more intimate details, fostering a sense of closeness that can be hard to achieve otherwise. Ultimately, active listening becomes an ongoing gift you offer. As you gain deeper insights into who she is, your connection evolves. She realizes that conversations with you are a safe space, free from trivial judgments. This openness makes her more inclined to initiate discussions, texts, and calls because she knows the dialogue will be meaningful. Over time, she'll associate these feelings of being heard and understood with you, sparking a consistent desire to keep communication flowing. When you combine genuine presence, thoughtful gestures, carefully balanced availability, and sincere compliments, you create a magnetic atmosphere that encourages her to pursue contact with you. Part of this comes from the mutual respect built when you reserve the right to spend time on your passions, while still making room to connect meaningfully whenever you do converse. The other part arises from demonstrating that you see her as a unique individual. By speaking to her deeper qualities, you reaffirm her identity and empower her sense of self-worth. In many ways, the pursuit of romance is a dance between two individuals learning to harmonize. The key steps involve listening to the rhythm of each other's lives, understanding when to step forward and offer support, and when to step back and let curiosity grow. This synergy is built on trust. Trust that you respect her time, trust that your words carry authenticity, and trust that when you make an effort, it reflects genuine care. The more you practice these gestures and maintain a sense of purpose, the stronger the bond becomes. Over time, these practices naturally lead to a point where she feels compelled to call, text, and reach out. She does so because the connection feels valuable and uplifting, not because she's being coerced or manipulated. She's drawn to your genuine demeanor, your life brimming with personal fulfillment, and your ability to see beyond the surface. These factors, woven together, keep the excitement and emotional engagement alive, ensuring that each conversation becomes another step toward deeper intimacy. Another crucial aspect of fostering a meaningful connection is avoiding complacency. Once a sense of closeness is formed, it's tempting to assume that the bond will remain strong without further effort. Yet real relationships thrive on continued growth and engagement. Make it a point to keep learning about her evolving interests and introducing her to yours. Encourage her ambitions and celebrate her achievements. In turn, share your aspirations, whether you're planning a new project, building a skill, or taking on a fresh challenge. This evolving exchange deepens mutual respect and wards off the stagnation that can lead to waning interest. Encourage her to voice her opinions and brainstorm new ways you can spend time together, whether it's exploring a new city, attending workshops that feed both your curiosities, or immersing yourselves in cultural events that broaden your perspectives. By charting out ongoing plans and experiences, you craft a storyline of shared memories. Each new adventure adds a layer of richness to your relationship, showing her that you remain invested in growing together. Furthermore, continuously refine the balance between freedom and connection. You don't want to lose the spark that initially drew her in. Keep some of your routine private, letting her see that there are always new facets to discover about you. Simultaneously, remain receptive to her stories and thoughts, allowing her the space to express herself. When done right, this interplay of independence and intimacy maintains a lively, intriguing bond that never feels suffocating, encouraging her to continue reaching out and checking in. If misunderstandings arise, handle them with grace and clarity. Healthy communication isn't just about sharing the good, it's also about navigating the challenging moments. Rather than letting small conflicts fester, address them promptly but calmly. Ask open-ended questions to gauge how she's feeling and clarify your own standpoint. By approaching differences with respect, you transform potential rifts into growth opportunities. This approach underscores your emotional maturity, reminding her again that you are a person of depth and genuine commitment. Overcoming disagreements in a measured, empathetic way can bring you closer than you were before. When both of you see that the other is willing to repair and strengthen the bond rather than tear it down or walk away, it builds trust. She realizes that you won't vanish at the first sign of trouble. Instead, you strive to understand her perspective, even if you don't always agree. This consistent demonstration of patience and willingness to grow together makes your connection more stable, leading her to feel more at ease and reaching out to you whenever she needs support or simply wants to share news. Gradually, this sense of reliability and respect permeates your entire relationship. Whether you're exchanging texts in the middle of a busy day or sharing a quiet moment in person, she senses that your interactions are rooted in sincerity. Combined with the earlier strategies, healthy boundaries, genuine compliments, shared vulnerabilities, and thoughtful engagement, this reliability weaves an almost unbreakable thread of trust. And trust is ultimately the glue that keeps the lines of communication open, fresh, and meaningful, ensuring she'll want to call and text you time and again. As you maintain this thoughtful approach, you create the circumstances in which she feels inspired to reach out, invest, and nurture what you share. Nothing is forced. She's drawn to your sense of purpose, intrigued by your balanced presence, and touched by your genuine care for her individuality. Each time she picks up her phone to text or call, she does so with a sense of anticipation, wondering what new insights, stories, or heartfelt moments you'll bring into the conversation. You've become an important part of her day, someone who elevates her with well-placed compliments and fosters real connections through open exchange. This gentle pull is no accident. It arises from your willingness to cultivate a vibrant life of your own, to genuinely recognize her deeper qualities, and to communicate with authenticity. Over time, these efforts solidify your place in her mind and heart. She finds herself thinking of you in unexpected moments, smiling at a memory you created, referencing a piece of advice you offered, or replaying a compliment you gave that made her feel special. In those little windows of remembrance, the bond between you grows, and her desire to reach out intensifies. Ultimately, romance flourishes in the space between independence and closeness, recognition and curiosity, vulnerability and confidence. By weaving all these elements into your interactions, you form a connection that resonates on multiple levels. You stand out not by demanding attention, but by offering genuine presence, thoughtful gestures, and meaningful conversation. In doing so, you spark a cycle of contact and deeper exchanges, ensuring that she'll not only call and text you instantly after your interactions, but that she'll continue to do so out of genuine affection, respect, and excitement for what comes next.